Hi, this is Algebra 2, Lesson 80. We're starting on page 331. We're going to talk about direct and inverse variations as ratios. Okay, so we talked about this a few chapters ago. When a problem states that x varies directly as y, we know that the relationship implied is x equals k times y. Right? So, if A varies directly as B, A varies directly as B. If A is 50 when B is 5, what is the value of A when B is 7? So we have done this before by using the implied formula, which in this case is A equals K times B. So when A is 50, B is 5, and now we can solve for K. Alright, so K equals 10. And if we know 10, and if we know K, then when we do this one, the K is the same and the B is 7, so A is going to equal 70. Right? Okay, so mathematically, if the first A equals K times the first B, and the second A equals K times the second B, then the first A over the first B, the first A over the second A is going to equal the first B over the second B. Right? We can prove this by saying if A1 equals K, B1, then K equals A1 over B1, right? If A2 equals K, B2, then K also equals A2 over B2. And therefore, A1, B1 equals A2, B2, right? We can cross multiply and then rewrite this as A1 over A2 equals B1 over B2. So this is doing direct variation as a ratio. If A varies directly as B, then instead of solving for K, we can plug the A's and B's into this formula. So let's try it with this. A1 was 50. A2 is the one we didn't know. B1 is 5. And B2 was 7. Right? Let's cross multiply. We have 5A2 equals 350. Divide both sides by 5. And A2 equals 70, which is exactly what we came up with before. So, instead of solving for K, we can solve direct variations with this formula. Right? Either form is going to come up with the same answer. So let's try it on another example. Cost varies directly as the number purchased. If 12 are purchased for $78, how much will 42 cost? We're going to do it by solving for K the first time, and then we're going to do it as a ratio the second time, just to show once again that it comes out with the same answer. Okay, so 12 are purchased for 78, so the cost is 78. Here's our K, and the number is 12. We're going to solve for K. And K equals 6.5. Okay, now we have 42 the second time, and we need to know the cost. So we have C equals 6.5 times 42. And the answer to this is $273. Okay, so this is our final cost. Okay, let's try this over here. We have C1 over C2 equals N1 over N2. So the C1 is 78. The C2 is what we're looking for. And this equals, the first number was 12, and the second number is going to be 42. Okay, let's cross multiply. We've got 78 times 42 equals 12 times the final cost. And as long as you're punching things into the calculator anyways, let's get rid of this 12. So we have C2 equals 78 times 42 all over 12. Alright, you punch this in and you get C2 equals $273. Okay? Either way comes out with the same answer. Okay, now let's talk about inverse variations. If A1 equals K over B1 and A2 equals K over B2, then when you cross multiply and get rid of the K's, A1 over A2 is going to equal B2 over B1. Notice that the second ratio has been inverted. Let's try this. Blues vary inversely as yellows squared. If 100 blues go with 2 yellows, how many blues go with 10 yellows? Okay, we can once again do this both ways. We can say the blues equal K over the yellows squared. We can solve for K. So K equals Y squared B. In the first example, that's going to be 2 squared is 4 times 100. So this is 400. K equals 400. Now we have B2. We want to know how many blues go with 400 over 10 squared. And this is going to equal 4. 4 blues. Alright? So when we solve for K first, we're going to come out with 4 blues. Alright, let's try it as a ratio. So as a ratio, we have blues 1 over blues 2 equals the yellows squared 2 over the yellows squared 1. Don't lose that squared because it's yellows squared. Okay? Okay, so we have 100 over, we're solving for blue 2, which equals y squared is 100 over 4. Right? We're going to cross multiply, and we will get 100 B2 equals 4 times 100. Right? We can divide 100 from each side, and we get blues 2 equals 4. So either way you do it, you come out with the same answer. That's it for this lesson. Let me know if you have any questions. Try the practice problems and do all the problems from the lesson. Thank you very much.